having trouble all by themselves, and you don't have to look any further than what we saw with Bubba Wallace yesterday in practice. All by himself. Car comes out from underneath of him in 1 and 2. That baby came out, spun out, hit the wall, back to a backup car for the race, and it can happen that fast, folks, especially when you're mired in traffic and dirty air, Kevin.
Yeah, and that's going to be the name of the game today. Try to keep that track position, but you just don't know when the cautions are going to come out. Last year we had a ton of cautions, mixed the strategy up, and that makes it really difficult for the crew chiefs to understand what's the right call because they don't really know.
Well, Toyota has half of the top 10 in qualifying, but Chevrolet shares the front row. Chris Buescher in a Ford in row 2, and Kyle Busch with a new crew chief at RCR, Andy Street, has qualified in the 6th position. Do either the Chevys or the Fords have something for those Toyotas today?
I was really interested in Christopher Bell's comments earlier that if it came down to a short run, he didn't know what they had, but he felt good on the long run.
Yeah, and I think you got to look at Kyle Larson. He's the one that's led laps and been able to get close to the Toyotas, so keep an eye on him.
Well, best national anthem of the year as far as I'm concerned. Let's go trackside.
And now, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome vocalist and bassist for the thrash metal band Slayer, who will be headlining Sick New World on October 24th, right here at Texas Motor Speedway, Tom Araya. Drivers, start your engines!
Got any thrash metal on your playlist? You know, some Metallica, some Megadeth, some Anthrax, some Slayer? How about that? Carson Hocevar and Daniel Suarez in those Chevrolets from Spire are set to lead them to green here in Texas.
Get it on, baby.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
Welcome back to the Worth 400, presented by Liqui-Moly at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Texas. No sign of the hurricane, except right at the front of the field. Carson Hocevar, last week at Talladega, had the lead on the restart, scored the win, and a unique victory celebration, one unlike any other. Then he raced the truck race here Friday night, held off Kyle Busch for the win and all the Truck Series regulars. He won the pole here last year. He won the pole here this year. Talk about a guy on a roll.
Let's see if we can get a hold of him. How about you, Carson Hocevar? It's Boyer and the boys up in the Fox booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, tell me momentum isn't real, huh? Tell me about your week that you had, the win Friday night, and then obviously you're playing to keep these guys behind you today.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a lot of time to really think about Texas, but, you know, when I'm laying awake at night, that's when I think about racing. So, luckily, if my guys ever were concerned that I was enjoying too much of the celebration and wasn't going to be focused for Texas, you know, just put that to bed really quickly. Obviously, qualifying on the pole, super proud of that. You know, Spire front row and everything. What a great week. Yeah, I've just enjoyed every second of it. You know, the fact I can walk out and hear any noise is a dream come true for me, and, you know, just the sport I loved and dreamt about. So the fact I can have my name attached to it in any sort of given way for some sort of an accomplishment on Sundays, you know, ultimate dream.
All right, pal. Thanks for your time. Keep up the good work. Looks good on you.
Thank you.
So here's the Worth 400 presented by Liqui-Moly starting grid. Carson Hocevar, the 23-year-old from Michigan, got his second Texas pole, and his teammate Daniel Suarez starts right alongside. Here's Josh Sims.
Well, Daniel Suarez was so close to getting that first pole of the season, but like you mentioned, still qualified up front next to his teammate. And we know how tough of a mile and a half that Texas is. But Daniel Suarez numbers here.
Win a lottery today. You sure
this
ain't?
He's got 3 straight top 10s. He's finished third 2 times in his career. But yesterday's practice session didn't go according to plan.
It's a good day to be lucky number 7.
Going down was the end of practice. Talked to the team this morning. They say they know they have the speed, but they didn't get that car dialed in terms of the balance. They'll have to work on it in race, but if they get it just right, this 7 team is going to be dangerous.
Row number 2, racing at his home track, Chris Buescher, and 3-time Texas winner, Denny Hamlin. Regan?
Chevy,
Kevin Denny Hamlin has been the gold standard on the mile-and-a-half racetracks as of late. Over the course of the last 5 races, he's had 2 wins, and every race has been a top 4 result for this number 11 car. They bring speed, they bring confidence, and everything else that you need into today. But as crew chief Chris Gale told me, as good as the 11 was yesterday, this is the most unforgiving mile-and-a-half intermediate track that we go to. It is going to take perfect execution on all accounts if they're to get that 3rd win.
Row number 3, I'll give you Chase Briscoe, and a 4-time winner on his outside, Kyle Busch, with that new crew chief.
Pair of Toyotas in row
Hey, that's
4,
better for
Christopher
him,
Bell,
Wilson.
you met from Oklahoma, and Tyler Reddick, the point leader, who won here in 22.
Row 5 coming off his best finish of 2026, Alex Bowman. And first-time winner this year, Ty Gibbs.
Row number 6, keep an eye on him. Number 5, Kyle Larson, won here in 2021, and on his outside, Connor Zillage.
A Ford and a Chevy in row 7, Austin Cindric and Chase Elliott, the 2024 winner.
Row 8, William Byron, won here in 2023, and Ross Chastain. Jamie?
Well, Kevin, right here yesterday, qualified 31st. I talked to his crew chief, Jonathan Hassler, and he said he had a moment on his qualifying run, had to lift, lost all the momentum, so that's why he starts in the back. But he also reminded me, last year at this race, they started mid-pack, and they were able to fight back and finish 3rd. Now, their only concern today is working his way through traffic without that car getting too tight. But they think if they can do that, they're going to get up front and have a shot at their 2nd win of the season. Mike.
Thanks, Jamie. 2 cars will start at the rear. They did not